I'm Gurvir Johal. I've been shooting weddings for about 15 years now. When I very first started, I had a basic crop sensor camera. I think it was a D60 or a D40. I ended up switching to the D300s, and then the D700s, and then D700s I switched to the D3S, and then this came out, the D750, and it just blew me away at that time. And then the mirrorless range came out, and on another level. I started off with the Z6IIs, I switched that to the Z8s, and now I have the two Z8s along with the ZF. D750 for me was a game changer. I'm photographing Indian weddings which are 14, 16 hours. It's very taxing on your hands. And when the D750 came out, it was, oh my gosh, I was able to be lighter, faster, nimble, and I was blown away by it. So 6 years I've been shooting with the D750. All my award-winning images, all those hero shots that you see on my website were photographed with this. Absolutely loved it. Very nostalgic for me today to go back and shoot with the D750 again. But then being able to shoot with the Z5II, an entry-level full-frame mirrorless camera, what can I say other than wow? Shooting mirrorless as a wedding photographer, everything's just so much easier. You're not thinking about the camera settings, the focusing, do I have that range in the detail? I know these cameras are nailing that shot every single time. Indian weddings are fast-paced and you have to move quick. And I was able to do that very easily with the D750, but shooting with a mirrorless, it just allows me to express myself through my artwork and feel the moment. So right now I'm shooting at 5000 ISO at f8. And the reason for that is I'm trying to pull out as much detail as I possibly can in this beautiful ceiling. And I'm confident shooting at 5000 ISO that I won't have no noise in all those shadows, and I'll retain that relationship between the highlights and the shadows. What's leapt out to me today from the mirrorless to the D750, dare I say everything. I photographed an image earlier today. I went up to 5000 ISO and the Z5II had no problem. Sharp, clean, crisp all the way through. The D750 still performed really well, but I'd say it was 2 stops below, and it's not as tack sharp as the Z5II as well. Gorgeous. Hold that, please. When I'm shooting with the Z5II, I know I have so much more information in the shadows that I can pull out in post. But with the D750, I know the dynamic range is just a little bit more narrower, so I have to make adjustments for that in the exposure, knowing for a fact that when I lift up the shadows, I don't have any muddied shadows. Shooting earlier today with our model next to the statue, because it's so dark in colour, it's just absorbing all that light. And then having a bride who's fair skinned with a pale pink dress that just pops out from it, the Z5II is going to really perform well in that scene, but because of the dynamic range that it has between the highlights and the shadows. And that kind of information, that detail just wasn't quite there with the D750. It wasn't just performing as well. I'm not a videographer, but what I do love about these cameras is that small little video mode switch button, boom, and I'm straight into film. And I can record slow motion films for my clients. And it's great for social media. Using the Z lenses with the mirrorless cameras was just eye-opening for me. So comparing them with the f-mount lenses on the DSLR cameras, I'm having sharp images from edge to edge. It's just the lenses are far outperforming the old f-mount lenses. It's not just the clarity and the sharpness of the lenses, it's the weight of those lenses. I used to do double exposures with the D750. Taking that time to create that base image or the double exposure would just take so much time just to get it accurate, but now with the Z5II, it's just so quick and easy. Since switching to mirrorless, I'm just so much more confident in nailing that shot, not just the focus, but the exposure every single time. As much as I have the live view in the back of the screen, the D750, what it didn't allow, even though it's got a live view mode as well on the screen, the moment you hold the camera to your eye and you're looking through the viewfinder, those live view settings aren't applied through. And what I like about the mirrorless range is whatever you see in the back of the screen is what we're getting through that viewfinder.
No, you're good.
So I photographed a wedding last week with the Z5II. The Nikon imaging cloud is brilliant. I'm able to rate images in camera. So all the images that I've rated as 1 star, they're the ones that have been uploaded to the Nikon imaging cloud. They're able to download them, create a same-day edit. Instead of spending half an hour, 45 minutes, I'm able to do this in like 2-3 minutes. It's been really eye-opening for me, especially just the nostalgic feeling of picking up the D750 again. I absolutely love this camera. But more so, I'm just blown away that an entry-level full-frame mirrorless camera is just blowing this out of the water.